What is going on, guys? This is Versatile Gaming with my review of Pupa episode 7. And holy crap, Maria, she is freaking crazy. So the episode, it starts off with Hokuti, who we all know is her assistant. And we see that he has known Maria since she was very young, because we get a little flashback of her as a child, and we see that she was holding this gigantic bug. I believe it was a caterpillar. But we see that she had this like scalpel knife, and she cuts into it, and basically everything to her since she was very young was like a guinea pig. So she always was like experimenting on things, and we see that she always had like this marking on her face as well. So I'm not sure, like maybe she also is affected by the Pupa virus, and maybe that's why she has that mark on her face. I'm not really sure, but we see now she actually planning on making Yuthasu and Yume have a kid, and she actually wants to, collect sperm from Yuthasu and collect eggs from Yume, and that right there surprised me, because I'm pretty sure these kids are like way too young for that, but apparently it's possible. And so now we go to Yuthasu, who like thinking about what his sister does to him, and the main point of it is that his sister always looks sad, but she never sheds a tear. So it's like she's always crying, but nobody can really see it, because she like never shed her tears. So it's like she in a constant state of depression, and it's like every time she eats on her brother, it's like she really doesn't want to do it, but she did not have a choice. It's like her body does not, listen to what her brain wants, and it just act on its own. So it's like the monster just takes her over, and she really has no control over it. But then we go to Maria, who was taking this bath in, in a very weird place, and we see that, there are just cat here as well. And at first, I thought that maybe it was like one of the kids that was like spying on her, because she had told the person that was looking at her that they could come out, and we see that is Hotoki, and this guy, he is definitely funny. I will say that, because when he says that he actually wants to fondle her breast, we see that this cat should act on instinct and stop biting his head, and that part it actually was pretty funny. But then we actually learn about this organization that does this like illegal researching, and they actually want to to target Yuthasu and Yume. Now for what, I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure it's something very similar, if not worse, than what Maria and this guy is doing right now. But we see that Maria, like, not only does she have this marking on her face, but it's like also on her leg. So I think it's safe to say that it's on the complete, like one side of her body. And so now that she stands up, she actually has no problem, being seen naked. Like she didn't, like when the guy said that, she didn't bother coming up the front. She was like, why should you bother with that? And that right there kind of surprised me. But she actually put on a hat, which was like rather strange. But then we see that they have, this monster, chained up, and I'm thinking that's Yume. And I do wonder, why now is she in her monstrous form when we saw her earlier, eating her brother, normally. So I'm thinking that it's possible that when she does eat, Yuthasu, like her changing into a monster, it could be like an after effect. So I'm not really sure. Like that person right there could be an entirely different being, from Yume. It could also be a person that was also infected by the Pupa virus, or maybe it is Yume, and maybe if you get the Pupa virus, it affects you differently, like we say with Yuthasu, because he does not become a beast at all. He stays human. But we see now that Maria, she is actually pregnant with Yume and Yuthasu child. Like she is carrying a Pupa baby, and that right there is definitely terrifying. And not only is it one kid, but it's like multiple of them. Because if she was having one kid, she would have said child, but she said children. So I do wonder, like why in the world would she put herself through that? It's like she used her own body as an experiment. So I do wonder, how will this play out? But I was definitely surprised to see that, that on the site that I'm watching this, that they didn't censor out the part that was showing her breast. That right there, really surprised me, because throughout the anime, especially in the last week episode, they like censored it, but this one didn't. So maybe they are learning from their mistakes. But overall, I'm definitely shocked that she is pregnant, and I do want to see more of this organization that's like targeting them. But this episode, it was definitely pretty decent. That ending though, I do wonder how long it'll take for them to to have these babies, cause I am curious to see how they'll come out. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.